The very bizarre and highly disturbing ways narcissists seek revenge and control. For most people, a breakup or a conflict eventually leads to a closure, or just that you move on, some type of resolution. But for a narcissist, closure is the enemy. Their goal is not to end things peacefully, but to keep their victim emotionally chained to them indefinitely. This is why their revenge is so deeply personal, truly bizarre, and extremely cruel. It is not about justice or the best for their children or to get on with their lives. It is about ensuring their victim never truly feels free or secure. The most dangerous mistake someone can make when dealing with a narcissist or a psychopath, especially during a breakup or after a breakup, is assuming that they're dealing with a normal person that is simply hurt, angry, reactive. This is not a regular breakup at all. You are dealing with someone who lacks remorse, who feels entitled to control you, and who will go to extreme lengths to punish you for stepping out of their grasp. Most domestic homicides, when an ex-partner kills their former spouse, are committed by individuals with narcissistic, psychopathic, or sociopathic traits. This does not mean that every narcissist is a murderer, of course. But what it does mean is that when they start making threats, exhibiting strange, vindictive, or sadistic behavior, it must be taken seriously. Their idea of revenge is often not an impulsive act of revenge, but a very planned, calculated, ongoing campaign of destruction, humiliation, control, and torture. Below are some of the twisted, sadistic, and deeply personal ways that narcissists seek revenge and total control over you. Contaminating the home and personal belongings. If the narcissist is forced to leave a shared space, they often feel entitled to leave their mark in disturbing ways. Rubbing bodily fluids on furniture, clothing, or personal items. Some even press their genitals against surfaces that ejaculate into body lotion or urinate on car seats so that their victims unknowingly interact with them long after they're gone. Destroying sentimental items. They don't just break things, they target what matters the most to you, like childhood memories, family heirlooms, artwork, or anything tied up to deep emotional memories. They also tend to sometimes leave behind gifts that create emotional distress. Might mail old love letters to their ex's new address, or accidentally leave a piece of jewelry behind, or hide small but noticeable objects to remind the victim of their presence. Can also be returning personal belongings in horrifying ways. So instead of simply just returning the items, they might mix the victim's clothes with rat or dog feces and leave them at their doorstep or hang them on the door, ensuring that their victim starts every morning with a reminder of their cruelty. They also tend to take trophies, something that they know is very valuable to you. It might be the only photo that you have of your beloved grandmother, or something that is very important to you. They will take that and keep that. It can also be that they've recorded a video of you having sex, or they're taking hidden nude photos of you, or something that they feel they have power over you, something that really belongs to you. They will steal that and keep that. Weaponizing children as extensions of themselves. For a narcissist, their children are not independent beings. They are an extension of their ego. So when they seek revenge, they use their children as a pawn, distorting reality in ways that deeply, deeply wound the healthy parent and, of course, the child. You don't like us. If the narcissist is arguing with his ex, they will drag the child in by saying, so you don't love us anymore. So you want to leave us. You're abandoning your family. It could show up as dressing the child as a mini-me before handing the child over to the other parent. They may dress them identically to themselves and drench them in their own perfume or cologne, ensuring that the presence of the narcissist lingers and making it impossible for the other parent to separate the emotions. Using the child's safety as a manipulation tool. So they may recklessly put your child in danger, such as allowing a 2-year-old to ride on the back of a motorcycle without a helmet, then later tell the other parent, well, this wouldn't happen if we were still together. I mean, you can't possibly know that your child is safe when you're not around. I never intended to be a single parent. Encouraging the child to disrespect the other parent. So they instruct the child to command the mother or father, like tell mom to pick that up or tell dad to give me money. Over time, this reinforces a power imbalance where the narcissist is seen as the dominant one and the other parent as a weak one. Staging moments to make the healthy parent seem absent. So they intentionally show up unannounced with the child at times when they know that their ex is unavailable, such as when they're about to go to work or go on holiday, and they will just show up with the kid and then tell you, you see? Your mom doesn't want to be with you. Let's say the child is sick when with a narcissistic parent, maybe at home with high fever or in hospital, wanting to talk to the other parent. And the narcissist fakes calling many times and says, sorry, no, they're not responding. They don't care. I've written to them as well. Sorry. So these type of things to make the child feel like the narcissist is the only parent that they can depend on. Narcissists want to keep their victims broke and isolated. So sabotaging work opportunities is one of the main priorities. So if they know that you have an important interview or meeting, they might make sure to just drop your kid or pet right at your home just when you're about to leave. Or they might start a fight or fake an emergency, saying that they're at the hospital or something grand has happened. The narcissist might be telling neighbors, your co-workers, mutual friends, like, beware, she's off her meds now, implying that she normally takes medication for some issue and are now very unstable, maybe even dangerous. And that makes people be a little bit more on guard. Altering the victim's calendar or reminders. Yes, most narcs have found a way to get into your computer, your phone, and social media accounts. Subtly changing work meetings, appointment times, or social plans so that the victim misses important events or arrives late. It can also mean deleting messages, emails, ensuring that crucial conversations or materials and commitments appear to have never happened, causing obviously professional or personal embarrassment. That might mean sending messages from unknown accounts, pretending to be a third party, sort of hinting on conduct that is not ethical or some type of accusation. These tactics that undermine the victim's reliability and potentially leading to career sabotage and lost friendships and social isolation. And they love making their victim feel constantly watched. The purpose of this psychological warfare is not necessarily to gather information, but of course it can be, but it mainly serves to inflict paranoia, a sense of always being watched and to never feel safe. They could place spyware on devices, like tracking location, monitoring messages, accessing online activity to remind the victim that privacy no longer exists. They can send cryptic messages about the victim's whereabouts. So if the victims, they go shopping, right as they sort of pay for the purchase, a message arrives. Did you enjoy what you just bought? It's subtle enough to suggest surveillance without being direct proof. They can drop vague hints. I have people that keep me updated, or I know what you did last night, or these type of statements are intentionally left open-ended, sort of forcing the victim to wonder who is watching them and what information has been shared. How much do they know? Yes, narcs, they also love sexualized humiliation, because for them sexuality is a power game. They use innuendos and jokes to degrade their victim, making them feel used, dirty or ashamed. And if you are breaking up, haven't broken up with them, you don't want to be associated with anything sexually at all with them. So if you sort of bump into each other, or you have to pick up the kids or leave the kids, you might hear things like, "Oh, your lips look so dry. Maybe you should use some chapstick. You're working them too hard, are you? Trying to make money?" They might even do it in front of their children. Say a young child's playing with a water gun or a silly string and it gets a little bit on mum, and he'll go, yeah, point at your mum, point in her face, because she loves when men spray her in the face. These type of things, so that you also would feel bad about telling him off in front of your child, because then you would have to explain what it was about, and maybe the child would feel guilty. Narcissists have absolutely no regards for justice, for fairness at all. They only care about winning and torturing you. So draining shared finances before a breakup. So they may max out credit cards, take out hidden loans, transfer assets to ensure that the victim is financially crippled. They might drag out legal battles, filing unnecessary motions, missing court dates intentionally, or flooding their ex with legal fees, forcing them into financial ruin just to win. Could be stealing or withholding essential documents, losing passports, tax returns, or birth certificates at key moments to create chaos and inconvenience. Could also mean that they cancel all your insurances without your knowledge, twisting the narrative and playing the ultimate victim. One of the most disturbing aspects of narcissistic revenge is their ability to convince others that they are the real victim, can even be your friends and family, oversharing and distorting reality. They tell their side of the story in excruciating, exaggerated detail, portraying their ex as unstable while leaving out, obviously, all their wrongdoings. They're staging moments to gain sympathy. They may cry on social media, post cryptic quotes about betrayal or abuse, or even fake illnesses. They carefully hand-fed a distorted version of events so that the new partner despises their ex, creating a fresh layer of abuse through proxy. Physical violence is not always the worst thing that they can do. In many cases, the psychological warfare that they wage is far more damaging and long-lasting. Think of the mafia in Sicily. After years of bombings, killings, and massacres, they changed their strategy. So instead of simply eliminating their enemies, they started making life impossible for them. They infiltrated every aspect of the victims' lives. They ensured they couldn't get loans, jobs, or justice. They didn't kill the victims outright. They just slowly suffocated their existence, making them feel trapped with no way out. This is exactly what a narcissist or a psychopath ex-partner does if you were the one who left them. They don't just seek revenge in one area of your life. They attack you from multiple angles at the same time to ensure that you are completely destabilized. They attack your children by manipulating them against you, or using them as weapons in custody battles. They attack your finances by sabotaging your job, ruining your credit, or dragging you into unnecessary legal battles. They attack your friendships and social life by spreading lies, distorting the truth, and turning people against you. They attack your physical safety by making you feel constantly watched, followed, or threatened. They make you feel that escape is impossible. This constant multi-layered attack is designed to make their victims feel one thing: I can't take this anymore. This is just too much. They don't necessarily want to kill you outright. They just want to make you suffer as much as possible for as long as possible. The only way to win Disengage and protect yourself. The only way to defeat a narcissist is to stop playing their game altogether. But stopping the game does not mean ignoring the tactics. It means protecting yourself with strategy, with boundaries and documentation. Document everything. Keep a written record of every interaction, messages, emails, incidents and threats. Take screenshots, photos and voice recordings. Keep a journal of events with dates, times and details to track patterns of abuse. It can turn out to be useful. Store evidence in a safe place where it cannot be accessed or destroyed. Do not engage emotionally. Never react. The moment you explode or lash out, they will use that against you, whether through legal action, public humiliation or social manipulation. Use the Biff, Jade and Grey Rock methods to communicate. Keep your responses brief, informative, firm and friendly. And do not justify, argue, defend or explain. Expect traps. Many narcissists will push you to the breaking point so that you can react badly, and then they will record it, have a witness or manipulate the situation to make you look like the aggressor and the crazy one. So keep everything in writing. No verbal agreements, and especially if you have children together, insist that all the agreements are in writing or through official channels. Do not rely on memory. Narcissists, they will gaslight you and deny things that they've said or done. So having everything documented prevents them from rewriting history and from you thinking that you're going insane. Recognize that they are in a war with you and see you as their main enemy. So this is not a normal conflict. You are dealing with a person who will not stop until they feel that they have won or that they can't get any more narcissistic supply from you. Do not expect them to be able to be rational, to get closure, justice, or a mutually beneficial solution. Not even that. They're not interested in that. That is not their goal. The only way to stop them is to make yourself an unappealing target by staying unemotional, methodical, and untouchable. Breaking free from a narcissist is very hard. Time itself won't heal you. There are many pitfalls, there are damaging myths and very ineffective healing methods out there to trying to navigate. So this is why I created this 16-week Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program. It is designed to help you regain your sanity, rebuild your confidence, and protect yourself from further manipulation. It is valued at $1,500, but it's now offered on a pay what you can, when you can basis to make effective trauma recovery available when you need it the most. Thanks for watching. Take care. And remember, you deserve to be happy, peaceful, and free.